Cut that bitch off!
All right. So this is the Snooze Button episode 2. I'm Sam Banfield, and I'm joined with
Boy, Sean Solo, man. You already know how we doing it, man.
right
We're on
on.
the snooze button. Um, so yeah, I was asking before. So let's say if you're getting married and you gotta having a wedding ceremony and you're gonna have the reception, drinks, and wedding singing, and all that good stuff. Like what is like the max you would spend on a wedding?
Max I would spend. Are we okay? Are we talking about like the traditional going to the church, like going into a church and having the what is that called? Like a communion? I don't know what it's called. I don't really know what they call it.
I guess it's like the reception, like yeah, you have the pastor preacher, like do the vows and
Honestly,
everything.
no, I wouldn't do that. I would probably make it pretty low budget. Maybe have like a theme. Maybe do like outside. Maybe just something nice. Maybe something by the water. Maybe something you know, just something basic. I feel like I feel like just the whole traditional wedding thing just it gets kind of boring after a while. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, to different people, it depends on who's having the wedding,
Exactly. Exactly.
and but like,
Exactly.
what would be your budget? Like, what would be the most you would spend on a wedding?
Honestly, I don't know. I guess close like 1,000, 5,000. That's about it.
1,000, 5,000?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was having this conversation one time at a
I
bar.
really don't know.
Right. So I'll help you out, man. So check it out. I was having a conversation at a bar with a group of people, right?
Mhm.
And we all, having asking the same question. So somebody said that they would pay the most, like 25,000, 10,000, around that range. And we asked this one
Uh,
chick, and we told her like how much we would spend, and she was like 25,000. Are you crazy?
what? What? I guess it would really all depend on how much I love that girl. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I gotta. If you're going all out for her, man, that's
Nah, but get this. She said 25,000 is too little.
what 25.
25,000 is too little. She said, "Yo, her wedding was like 60,000. It was like
What?
60 grand."
My God, Jesus. What is this like the fucking Kennedys or some shit like that?
Nah, man, this is
Jesus, what is
this
this
is
like
a
a?
high profile
What is this like an
wedding, man.
inauguration or something? I mean, this is Jesus.
No, but yeah, it was weird because like we've asked like three different people, and it was like, yeah, like it's like some people was like, yeah, I spent like 50 grand. Some people said they spent 70 grand, and I was like, yo, like 70 grand. That's a house. Like,
Well, yeah, yeah. It seems like I guess one of my friends got married and she kind of rented out like a country club. I guess that's kind of what a lot of people are doing now, the whole country club. I guess some people are doing like theme weddings. I mean, I've seen, you gotta get creative with it, man. You can't just, like I said, you can't just do the same
traditional, yeah.
traditional. Yeah,
No, I get it. Yeah, you gotta, be innovative and spice it up, man, to your liking. But I mean, I guess with that cost, you got to think about the things. Like you got to think about, is it going to be open bar? Is it going to be drinks,
exactly, exactly. And you also have to think about,
food?
the cater. Yeah, my God, they spend so much money and they waste so much food during these weddings. I mean, there's so much of that, and yeah, that's another good thing to think about.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you have the wedding, it's not really for you. It's for your guests. It's like you're gonna get married, but
I know.
everything else is for the guests. It's for your family, your friends. So
Pretty soon you're gonna see like a show like it's like a not battle of like the bands, but it's sort of like someone's competing for the best wedding. Not like not that show with like Gordon Ramsay, but sort of like a show like where it's like who can put together the best wedding.
yeah, yeah, no, yeah. It's like, oh, who could be the best like wedding planner or something like that? Like who had like the dopest wedding? I could picture it. I could see that, and it would suck because it's like, damn, they've turned love, a traditional love ceremony, into like a competition.
Well, let me ask you another question since we're on the topic. What do you think, like, what kind of music do you think they should play at a wedding? Like, what do you think, if it was your wedding or whatever, like, what would be, like, the song that you would want to be remembered the most at your wedding? Like, what would you want to hear?
I'll take my horse to the Old Town Road. Nah,
I don't know about that.
nah, I would definitely play some, like some radio hits, like top 40, hip hop.
Really? You wouldn't
Yeah.
put no Frank Sinatra or, like, no Beethoven, like, nothing?
Oh man, I don't play no Frank Sinatra. Fly me to the moon. No, I'm not playing that. Man.
You're not gonna play, like, some Mozart or Beethoven or just you're not gonna play anything?
No, I'll play. Like I said, I'll play like some radio like jams, like like some. I'll play some Sean Paul. I'll play some freaking
Well,
like mainstream stuff, but nothing like too crazy. But it'll be like a variety. It wouldn't be like just strictly hip hop or something like that. It would be like some
but
rock
you gotta
stuff.
remember, like, what if there's like a bunch of old people going there? They're not gonna dance around like Sean Paul. I think it depends on the crowd that you get at the wedding. It's not gonna.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, that's the thing. You have to mix it up. Like, you got to get a DJ that's gonna play music that's good for all age groups.
That's true. That's true.
So
And again, like how much money you're gonna spend on the DJ and stuff. That's another thing.
you gotta pay for the DJ, man.
I would use my friends, man. Like I was saying, man. When I'm sure like when you've thrown parties and events, you've used friends, right? You've had friends.
I don't think I've really threw an event. Like, I mean, I've helped throw an event, but it's usually like someone that they would know. Like my boy Ray Neal, like I would have him DJ at my wedding. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and I would definitely pay him like the money that he would, that he requests. Like, I'm not gonna
right. Yeah, I agree. But nowadays anyone can really DJ. It's just it feels that way.
Yeah, but you want to get a good one. You're gonna get one. You want to get one that's gonna really set the tone and the mood, and everybody's gonna have fun because the drinks and the liquor. It's gonna be a heavy rotation. So
Yeah.
people are gonna want to dance.
Music's very important. Yeah, but I think my friends, because you want to support your friends. You want to support, and it looks good. It looks good on the portfolio too. It looks really good.
Oh yeah, it's especially on the DJ's part because they see how the DJ is playing, and then people at the wedding be like, "Yo, I want to use this guy for an event I have coming up,"
Right, and that's another thing too with COVID, man. I'm sure that whole industry they're gonna have a hard time. The wedding industry, the catering industry, it's gonna be
a lot of weddings have been canceled. Like somebody at my job, they told me like they were supposed to have a wedding this month, it got canceled. They got postponed to like.
So was it gonna be like a Zoom wedding? They're gonna have like a wedding on Zoom.
Nah, I think they're gonna push it to like August.
Yeah, but what if things overlaps into August? So then you're gonna have to.
Oh, that would suck.
Yep.
That would totally suck because that's the summer right there. That means not only is your wedding ruined, the summer is ruined because everybody got to stay in the house and practice social distancing.
Yeah,
it's gonna be terrible, man. People, especially New York. Like New York is gonna go buck wild, man.
Yeah. I don't even want to go into the what ifs and what's gonna happen because I just feel like we just gotta stay positive, man. And I know it sounds so cheesy, but it's true. You gotta stay positive.
Right.
And I think this is really messing with people's mental health a lot. And
yeah.
It's hard to like really have something to really say unless you don't really know what they're going through. So you try to be there, be a friend, whatever. But just hearing what people are going through, it's like I can't even say much.
Yeah, you have empathy, and the only thing I don't agree with this whole thing is
Yeah,
like,
it's
I'm not
empathy.
gonna get too deep into it. It's like when people they're too self entitled. It's like, oh well, I want to feel free and I want to go outside, and it's like, listen, you're not the only person
Yeah,
this
y-
is affecting. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is affecting everyone.
right, right, and yeah, and it's true. And I don't look. I don't want to get too much into it either, but I don't get how people can shit on the healthcare workers and just
Can't.
be like, okay, you're an awful person. You're doing it's not even about politics anymore, man.
No, it's not.
It's like it's about humanity and being a human. I'm not even gonna cross it from there, but it's true, man. It's like what has happened to like just being like an individual, just being a human being, and looking for
Well, I'll say this. I hope after this, you know, essential workers get the respect that they is because they're like on the front line, they're putting their lives on the line every
course,
single day.
of course.
And you know, to the people who don't really see essential workers in that light, I hope you do now, because it's like
Yeah,
it should humble you. It should say, you know,
right,
these
right.
people out here saving lives and putting their lives on lines every single day
Every single
just to make
day,
sure we're safe.
exactly.
And you know, I hate the whole, well, that's what they signed up for, and blah 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 blah. And it's like,
No, I mean, look, let's face it. I don't like going to the doctor. You don't like going to the doctor. But you know what? Maybe there's going to be more of appreciation now, man. I think
yeah,
people are going to be like, you know what? I take everything back. Well, I'm not going to say that, but I think a lot of people are just going to have more of an appreciation for their doctor. You know?
yeah, doctors, nurses,
Yeah,
firefighters, EMTs,
yeah, yeah,
delivery workers, you know, delivering food,
yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah.
you know, police officers.
Yeah, yeah, and you got people that hate cops, but I think people are just gonna be like, you know what? They're actually putting their selves on the front line, but
Yeah, it just yeah, it's that stigma. It's like, oh, you know,
yeah,
all
I think
cops are
people's
bad and
stigmas
all
are
cops
gonna
are corrupt.
are gonna
You
change.
know,
But
yeah, sure. It sucks that it had to take a pandemic.
oh, I know. But I think on some positive notes, I think like the universe is starting to get better. I think but one thing I don't get, man, is like I've been hearing it's gonna like snow and shit like that, which is crazy.
Some what was it? Sunday or Saturday? There were reports of snow, and I didn't see it, but I
I didn't
guess
see any.
certain parts of like maybe upstate and
Yeah,
Jersey,
I
Long
heard
Island.
I heard
They
the
said they
the,
were like
Bro- the
snowflakes,
Bronx got a little bit of snow. Like I think they got like didn't like snow hard, but they got like maybe like
little
uh
flurries,
quick flurries, yeah.
little dust.
Little dust, little dust, yeah. Yeah, exactly. But man, I mean, but I do think it's going to be interesting because it seems like the Earth is going to like do well now, but then after the pandemic, people are going to start littering again. They're going to start, fucking shit up again. So I think now, sort of like taking that breath of air is like, I need that, and then it's just going to get bad again. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, it's yeah. Hopefully, it'll this pandemic will make you appreciate life more in general
Right, right. I
and
mean,
your environment.
ecosystems,
You
yeah,
know.
like ecosystems are starting to come back. I mean, hey, people can't go out, so no one's littering, no one's throwing garbage out there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's still people that going out. Like
Yeah,
there's still people out there doing dumb stuff. Like I think
no,
it was at
but I mean, it, you know, since people can't really socialize as much, there's going to be less litter right now.
true,
Just think about it. People are not partying. People are not, you know, people aren't having parties or anything.
Yeah, like I think it was like maybe 2 weeks ago. The most I seen was like people like in front of their buildings doing little small barbecues.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean that's kind of within the social distancing rules. I mean, you're not
somewhat.
what?
Yeah, somewhat. Like if it's more than 6 people, then yeah, it's a problem.
What was that video I saw? I think it went viral of this guy. I guess I don't know if he was proposing to this girl. Like he was trying to ask her a date, but they were social distancing like on the rooftop, and like he takes a drone with a letter and then he sends it to the girl. Did you see that?
Yeah, yeah, I seen that. I think yeah, I think he's trying to ask her on a date.
Yeah,
Some,
and then they were
yeah, yeah.
social. They were having like a dinner uh, event, and then they were like texting on the phone. I don't know. I thought that was kind of cute.
I thought that was cool, man. It's like Quarantine Bay.
I mean,
Quarantine
hey,
Bay. I've been seeing a lot of memes too about that. It's like, oh, like these guys think that I'm gonna see them after quarantine. It's like, nah, I'm just like talking just because it's quarantine. After this, I'm not gonna see you. Or some shit like that. And it's like that sucks, man.
that's not always true. I think if the connection is there, maybe you will see them out there, and you'll be quarantine buddies, and then you'll be like,
Yeah,
hey, I met you during quarantine. You know?
like, hey, remember me? We met on such and such. She's like, no,
No.
no, I don't recall. I'm like, what you mean you don't recall, man? No, I was in a different mindset back then.
It's like an interesting way. It's like, how did you and mom met? We met during quarantine.
Yeah, right. Yo, imagine telling your kids that, like, yo, 2020 was a wild year, and kids is like, no, it wasn't. I'm like, yo, no, trust me, 2020 was a wild year, man.
They stay like in that like roller derby voice, like it was a wild year.
It was a wild year, I reckon.
Sounds like Morgan Freeman now.
Was it? I remember when it was 2020. A lot of people staying home. Pandemic was insane. People were dropping left and right. I wish I could tell you what the cause of the pandemic was. Some people say it was a bat. Some people say it's people in Wuhan. But we'll never know from years to come.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That would totally make my day.
Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, if Morgan Freeman did a whole announcement about quarantine.
Yeah, like I would want him to do like a state address, like, fellow Americans, I'm here today in place of Donald Trump to let you know in June 14th to be exact, the global pandemic will lift.
He would be the perfect candidate for doing this. He would pull it off so well that like people would be like, wow, he's well spoken and made me laugh. It told me the truth. Oh.
Because God, I love barbecues.
Would you say I love barbecues?
Yeah, I love barbecues.
Oh.
Morgan Freeman out.
Oh man. My God.
Man, I can imagine like when like it's Trump's last term and he's leaving. I wish I could tell you how Trump's can't do it, can't do it. Oh man. But I will say this, because I know we were talking about this before. Um, After the pandemic, I know a lot of places, you know, who's to say like a lot of places will still be open, like
Yeah, I wonder what businesses are gonna still be here. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
oh, Fat Black Pussycat is still there.
Yeah, they'll probably be around. They'll probably be around.
Like, oh no, Fat Black Pussycat is closed.
Thunder Jackson to the rescue.
Yo, tell the truth though. I mean, knock on wood, if Fat Black Pussycat like closed down, right? And then you had the money to like take ownership of that spot, would you do it?
Yeah, I would. I mean, but I don't know what I would turn it into. That's the thing. I mean, it's the West Village, you know.
Restaurant maybe?
Yeah, but what if that gets shut down?
Yeah, you won't know until you try it, man.
I heard Dwayne Reed's again. I heard a couple Dwayne Reed's closed down.
Like for good or just like during the pandemic?
No, forget it.
Wow. Who is Dwayne Reed anyway?
Who
Always
is
wanted to
Dwayne?
know.
No. Okay, so there's a street called Dwayne Street.
Yeah. In Tribeca, right? Yeah.
Tribeca. I don't know.
Tribeca.
No, you know what? No one's made a rap song about Tribeca. I've learned no one's made a rap song about it.
I mean, what's there to rap about? Tribeca. Hey, yo, I'm chilling in Tribeca. Triple trifecta.
I mean, you got the Tribeca Film Festival. You got everything out there.
Yeah, I mean, would you live out in Tribeca?
It sounds like the name of a rapper. Yo, my name is Tribeca. Don't mess with me.
That could be a rap group like Tribeca.
The Tribecas.
Or like a band. You like Toto and like U2, and then there's Tribeca.
It sounds like just a band with a bunch of like rich kids living in Tribeca.
Yeah. And they make like amazing rock music.
They probably do.
Like rock music about like, being a trust fund kid and it's being cool,
I just remember that one quote. It's like, "What's cooler than being cool? Ice cold."
Ice cold. Yeah, man. That'd be a dope band, Tribeca.
And then the rap artist, formerly known as Raycoon.
Raycoon. Yeah, special guest Raycoon. Like, hey, yo, check it out, man. Yo, check out my new album, man. Yo, it's a new collaboration with the band Tribeca, man. It's gonna call Raycoon Tribeca Trifecta. You know what I'm saying? Like that rhymes and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Oh man, especially with the quarantine, like those guys that have to hustle their CDs, man. I guess they're gonna have those guys.
Yo, man, you want to get my CD? Listen, like, I don't know. You ever see those guys in the street? They try to sell their mixtapes. They try to sell it to the white families. Is where they go like, oh no. No, I'm okay. I'm all right. We're okay, Helen. We're okay. We don't listen to rap.
We don't listen to that kind of music.
We don't listen to rap. I don't have a CD player.
Oh, I say that all the time. I'm like, I don't have a CD player.
Yeah, like you can give me a CD. I'm like, how am I supposed to listen to this? Like, oh, just listen to it when you get home. I'm like, how do I know if you're not gonna like sell me a blank CD?
It's true.
Like, yo, check out my mixtape, man. It's $10 and it's fire. I'm like, all right, cool. Put it in my CD player. And that shit.
I gotta say this because it's us. Imagine like someone gives you the CD and you just find all this porn on there. It's like, oh shit! It's like all this fucking porn on there.
Where I'm like, shit, I hit a gold mine.
Imagine it's nothing but like just like all types of porn on there, like vintage porn, grandma porn, whatever you want.
Oh wow.
I mean, I don't know about that, but like, just imagine just getting a whole disc from some dude on the street, and it's just like,
You sure? You sure you don't know about that?
never happened. Never happened to me. But
Never happened to you? Okay. Yeah, man, that'd be funny, man. Like, oh, I gave the wrong, I gave him the wrong CD.
no, but I will say this. Okay, I was supporting like one of my friends because he was into like skateboarding. He gave me a CD. I don't think it was his fault. I get the skateboarding CD from him. Fucking
Mhm.
shit didn't work, and I'm like, I said
You
to him,
bought it?
like,
You bought it from him?
yeah, I'm like, this shit didn't work.
Oh, so it was like a DVD of like.
It's a DVD of him skating, but I'm like, this shit didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man. I just think some people don't know how to burn CDs. I'll be honest with you, man. I think some people really do not know how to burn a CD.
Yeah, I trust me. I know. I deal with that. I deal with that in my job.
Oh no, I mean, this is someone I knew, man. This was someone, that I mean, damn, I don't even know if people are making skate videos anymore. Like, I mean, everything's on YouTube now, man. I don't think anyone's making like any
Like,
videos or anything now.
no, I mean they're doing videos, but they putting it on like Instagram and YouTube. But as like a physical DVD of skateboarding,
That was
probably
like
not.
back in like the '90s and stuff. I used to like go to skate shops and they'd put on like skate videos. Actually, I had friends that did their own skate videos and they did their all the production and all the editing and shit came out good.
Yeah, I was watching a few on YouTube, man. It's like a kind of like a mixtape kind of thing. It's like,
Yeah.
like different songs playing in the background with skateboarding. And
Yeah, skate
it's
videos
dope to
always
see.
had
I
like
think
the
that was
best
cool.
music. Skate videos always had like some of the best music, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. It was just, but it was so raw. It's like you could tell it was like very New York, especially in New
Oh
York.
yeah,
Like
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's just so nostalgic, man. It's just
Yeah, and you got to think about places like Blades and I hope everyone's doing well, man. I really hope the small businesses are going to do good. I have friends out there that still rep all that stuff, and I just hope
mhm.
they're still going to have jobs.
Yeah, yeah. Um, just gotta hope for the best for everybody, man.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
all gotta get this together.
I can't really say this store is going to stay in business. I mean, it's so hard to really tell with the way the economy is going. I'm kind
Mhm.
of curious to see how Times Square is going to look after all this. I just think it's going to look rather interesting.
I, I've said this, and I'm like, yo, I think Times Square is gonna start looking like the old Times Square.
You think so?
I think so. Like it's not gonna be as family friendly, not gonna be as touristy.
No.
I I mean, you know, it might be touristy, but then you're gonna have those parts where it's like really fucking shaky. Like,
Great. Well, I think it's going to be interesting to see, you know, if they're still going to apply the rules to like clothing stores. This, I mean, I think they're, I think I don't know. I hope it gets to a point where we don't have to stay 6 feet from people. I mean, the, you know, now that I'm seeing is like that whole like sneeze guard thing, which that makes sense, but I hope it doesn't get to a point where that's going to be an ongoing thing. But
you're gonna have some people that's still gonna have that, they're still gonna take precautions. And then you're just gonna have some people that are just gonna
yeah,
be free and be on their merry way. But
right.
I'm pretty sure like certain stores still gonna enforce having the mask and gloves.
Yeah,
And that's the thing though, like once this thing blows over, the smart thing would not to be, oh, go outside as soon as it's over. It's just like
yeah,
me
yeah.
personally, I would wait like maybe a couple of weeks and then
Right. But
go outside.
do you think when this whole thing's over and shit goes back, do you think it's still a good idea just to keep a mask on you, just for whatever reasons?
Yeah, because they're not they're not trying to get rid of the numbers like completely. So you're
Right.
still gonna have some cases, but it's just gonna be lower. You know,
Right.
that's
Right.
that's the only goal that they're trying to do, is just trying to get it to a certain number, and then it's
Right.
like, okay, we can open up. So,
Yeah. I think the biggest concern is trying to open up too soon. And I mean, I think regardless, man, like when this is over and whatever, just keep a mask on you, man, because you never know who you'll come in contact with.
yeah, I would say, yeah, it's just, still take precaution. Wash your hands
Yeah, yeah,
every time you come from in the house. Use hand sanitizer.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you know that's it. I
But
mean,
how are they gonna like get the whole event stuff back in order, like the non-for-profit events, the cultural events? I mean, how are you gonna be able to do all that with social like how are you gonna bring all that back?
that's yeah, that's gonna take a while, because you know why? Like, for example, like the Pride Parade. I think the Pride Parade is canceled, and people like upset about it. And it's like, listen, if you want to get rid of this virus, and then you're gonna have a parade or an event, it's you're starting it back up.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. But
you know,
for something like that, I mean, could you imagine like museums get up to like 500, 5,000 people. I mean, a lot of people. And you can't have everyone in there just wearing masks and stuff because with a museum, like people don't really social distance. You can't really stay like 6 feet away. I mean, people want to see the artwork, so it's
yeah.
that.
I mean, it's hard. That's the thing. It's harder to social distance in New York,
Oh,
because everything is so
forget
cluttered.
about it. Yeah,
Everyone's on top of each other. So somewhere like Nebraska or Montana, of course, because everything's all spread out, and
yeah. In New York,
you know,
come on, man. Like you have something like this, and New Yorkers go crazy over the shit because New Yorkers have never faced something like this. So it's like they'll
yeah,
go nuts.
we are technically the epicenter of this pandemic. Like, who would have thought?
Yeah,
We
whoever
are like the
who
number
would have
one.
thought that New York City would just stop? I mean, we're the city that never sleeps. Now we're the city that panics in our sleep. Well, I don't,
Yeah,
want- I don't, want-
yeah.
I don't mean to put it as dark as that, but you get what I mean, right?
No, trust me. I was out, yo. I was out there when they started closing everything down. It was so weird, man. It's just like everything was just quiet. Like you had a couple of people still walking around, but the main part, like where
It's spooky, man.
where
It's
the
like
ball is supposed to drop and all that. Yeah,
it feels really scary.
it felt like Times Square at like 5 in the morning.
Yeah, like dusk, like almost dusk in a way.
Right. But it's like a Friday night, or like a
But
Friday
still, but
afternoon,
still, Times Square is always has people, man. Like no matter what, there's always someone in Times Square.
No, there's people. There were people, but it's just not as many people as you think. Like, you see how you're walking down 42nd Street, you're trying to get to the Forever 21, and you gotta, like, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like, it was so much space on the street. It's like, yo,
I remember like the first day you told me like there's no one out there. I got really excited because this was like too good. I don't want to say too good to be true because that's kind of an understatement. But
yeah,
the first day you told me that, I was kind of laughing my ass off because I've never seen something like that. And
me
then
either.
then I started freaking out.
I never forget. It was a Friday. It was a Friday after work. It was beautiful outside. It was like 60, also 70 degrees. And usually around that time, Friday, what? It's crowded. Things is going on, everything. I walked over there and it was just like deserted. I was just like,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah. I was thinking
you
too,
know.
man. Like you should like put up some of your photography of the shots that you've taken during the quarantine.
I did.
Um, no, like I don't know if you can put it up here, but on anything you can. I mean, those are gonna be worth money, dude. In the future, that's gonna be worth something.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can see if I could pull up one. Hold on.
There you go.
Like,
Shots of the house.
this one right here. Like, this photo is like, in the middle of everything. This is like
It's a good shot, man. Like I remember seeing that on your Instagram.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it was weird that day, man. It was like this was like around the time it was like I guess at an all time high. It was like in the beginning, like everything was just like at a
Right, right,
standstill,
right.
you know. And then I did this one. Uh, this one I really
Yeah,
like.
that shot came out great.
Yeah, this is by the red stairs.
You know what's crazy? I mean, like I've been following your photography for a long time. I mean, we've we've done stuff.
Hmm.
No, I mean the thing is, man, like the way you shot it, it looks like it came from like a magazine.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I try to give it that look,
Yeah, it
with
looks
some
like it came from
filters
a
and
magazine.
everything. And this one right here.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah,
but yeah.
yeah, yeah, man. So I guess another thing I want to talk about is I guess like social media. Like, how do we want to promote our podcast? Do we want to put this on? Well, the thing is, I mean, these are going to be kind of long videos, so we would have to kind of cut them down and put them. How would we put them on Instagram and?
Um, in my opinion, the best thing to do
Mhm.
is being that we talked about different things, we could split it up into segments
Yeah,
and just put it on YouTube and then promote each segment on Instagram.
yeah,
You know.
that's a good idea. Um, yeah, I guess we could put them on the old YouTube page we did. Like maybe just delete some of the videos on there because some of them, was just kind of just goofed around. But I guess we could rename that channel.
I think so. I have to figure out like how to do that.
Yeah.
You could either do that or like start a new channel, stuff from scratch. It's up to you, bro.
Yeah, and I think maybe Instagram because Instagram, I guess you have more of a following on there. The minute I put something up on there, people just like it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't really have a following as that much. It's like my personal Instagram. It's only like three and some
No, no. I
change.
mean, look, there's people that go all out on Instagram. It's like, oh, I gotta get followers. I gotta get this. I guess
Yeah.
I just kind of put stuff up there. Like my Instagram is more for like blogging and just kind of just just putting up pictures of just my day. It's nothing all that interesting.
No, I mean, but with your case, like your Instagram is very specific. It's just like, yeah, it's very like
Yeah,
a day in the life of what you saw today.
pretty
You know what I'm
much.
saying? Like
Yeah,
you took a picture and it's like, oh, okay,
yeah.
this is cool. It's very clear
Yeah,
cut.
because I see people putting up pictures of like fashion, sneakers, this, that, events, whatever. I mean, yes, don't get me wrong. I do have some pictures of events I go to, but it's more of just me shooting stuff around New York City. That's really it. I mean, it's just basic. It's just basic.
Yeah, I mean, like it's like I say, with your shots is pretty cool because you can do like the black and white, and
Yeah,
so you're getting like you're really advancing with the like your
yeah.
photography,
That's
man.
kind of what
It's
I'm using
dope.
it for to just advance my photography on there. But I did learn that you can upload photos, drawings, whatever from your desktop to Instagram. So you don't have to keep putting everything from the phone.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass, but yeah, I learned that you can go onto Instagram's website. You can upload it
Oh yeah.
to your
How you
desktop.
do that?
Okay, so if I screen share it, you have a Mac, right?
Nope.
Okay, so then I can't really show you.
Oh, damn it. Like step one, have a Mac.
Step one, have a Mac. Step two, be disappointed. Step three,
Step three, turn on the Mac.
all right, man. I just think for time reasons, I'm gonna cut it off in a bit.
Yeah. That's long.
So,
We could probably release this. What day you want to like put this up?
um, I mean, whatever works on your schedule, whatever works best for you.
Yeah, I mean, you could send it to me. I could chop it up in different segments. I gotta I don't even know my password to my fucking
Yeah,
the
yeah.
old one that we did, the old YouTube.
Yeah, like you have the first episode I did, so like you know what to do. I mean, I've seen your editing. Your editing works great. You know,
Thanks,
you'll
man.
put like I guess like the sound effects, this, that. I trust you. You're good at what you do.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah. I got it. I got it.
All right. Well, that being said, I'm gonna cut it off, and we'll still talk.
All right, man. We hit the snooze button.
Later.